This is Cyberlog, world news in anime.
You know, the story of Grand Theft Auto 6, it's not really just about a new video game anymore. It's become something bigger. It's about the longest, most intense, and probably the most secretive training arc in the entire history of entertainment. And that 12-year journey, it's finally reaching its endgame. So to really get a handle on this whole thing, we've got to talk about the wait. I mean, just how long it's actually been. For a lot of us, it's literally been a whole generation. That's right, 12 years. It's been over a decade since Grand Theft Auto 5 first landed on shelves. An entire console generation has come and, well, pretty much gone. Think about it. Kids who were playing GTA 5 back then are adults now, like with jobs and mortgages and everything. It's kind of wild. And this right here, this really puts it all in perspective. When GTA 5 came out, the PlayStation 4 was the hot new thing. TikTok, it didn't even exist yet. And Fortnite, the game that basically took over the world, that was still 4 years away. The world is just a completely different place now. So what gives? Why the huge delay?
Well, this wasn't laziness, not by a long shot. This was a deliberate strategy. You gotta think of it like a champion boxer who's already at the very top of their game, but decides to go back into training just to become even more unstoppable.
And here's the absolute key to the whole thing. Grand Theft Auto 5 didn't just sell well. It became the single most profitable entertainment product in history. Over 200 million copies sold. That gave its developer, Rockstar, the one thing money can buy, the ultimate luxury of time. So this crazy success created like two superpowers for them. On one hand, you had GTA Online, which just kept printing money year after year. So there was absolutely no financial pressure to rush. And on the other hand, it let them pour a ton of resources into just getting better, to perfect their craft and really level up their tech with their next big project. And the proof? The proof that they were leveling up was Red Dead Redemption 2. When that game came out in 2018, it was a total technical marvel. I mean, it completely redefined what we thought was possible in an open-world game. It was Rockstar showing us all that they were using this time to sharpen their skills for the main event. Okay, so how does all of that lead us to right now? Well, after years of total silence and just endless speculation, all the signs are pointing to one thing. The long wait is finally, truly coming to an end. And here's a little something for you. A really fascinating milestone just happened. It turns out February 11th, 2026 marked the exact halfway point between the game's second trailer and its scheduled release date, a perfectly symmetrical countdown. And for fans, this was the signal that we are officially in the endgame. But look, this is way more than just symbolic dates. This is a direct quote from the CEO of Rockstar's parent company. You just don't go on the record and commit to a marketing timeline if you think you might have to delay again. This statement, right here, gave that release date some serious weight. So, with that in mind, here's what the final roadmap probably looks like. The marketing machine kicks into high gear this summer. That's likely followed by what every single person is waiting for, the gameplay reveal in a third trailer. Then we can expect hands-on previews in the fall, all leading up to the massive launch in November. It's starting to feel real now, isn't it? You know, this decade-plus wait, it hasn't just built up anticipation. Oh no, it has forged a level of fan obsession that is unlike anything we have ever seen in gaming. Period. And the lengths people have gone to, the stories are almost mythical. There are actual reports of fans creating fake employee IDs to try and sneak into Rockstar's offices. People have flown drones near the studio windows, just hoping to catch a glimpse of a monitor. The desperation for even a scrap of information is just completely off the charts. And then you have this total paradox. In 2022, there was that massive hack that leaked 90 clips of the game in a super early, really unfinished state. Now, you'd think that would hurt the hype, right? Nope. It did the exact opposite. Seeing the game in development, even as rough as it was like pouring gasoline on a fire. It just made people even more desperate to play the final thing. All right, so after all the training, all the secrecy, and all that obsession, what do we actually know about the game itself? What is this final form that we've all been waiting for? Okay, so let's get down to the hard facts. We are officially going back to Vice City, set in a fictional Florida called Leonida. And the map? rumored to be more than twice the size of GTA 5's. And for the first time ever, we're going to have a playable female protagonist, Lucia, in this kind of Bonnie and Clyde duo with her partner Jason. And yeah, it's being built from the ground up just for current-gen consoles.
Which brings us to it, the ultimate question, the central conflict of this entire 12-year saga. After all this time, after all this buildup, can any game at all, possibly live up to these expectations?
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The hype for GTA 6 has become its own cultural force of nature. It's an expectation so impossibly ridiculously high that it almost feels designed for disappointment. You could say that the hype itself is now the game's greatest enemy.
But there's a really powerful counterargument. If any studio on Earth can pull this off, it's Rockstar. They have a flawless track record. They're famous for this obsessive, insane level of polish, and they just do not release games that aren't ready. They've had over a decade to learn, to iterate, and to perfect. So that's where we are. We're at the end of this epic 12-year training montage, and the whole world is watching. The only question left is the one that really, truly matters. After all this time, can any game possibly live up to this much hype?